I was born black. I live black.
Yo, what's good? DJ 100 Proof broadcasting live for the Lions Den Radio this Tuesday, December the 20th. The time now is 2 p.m. in the Mid-South, Midwest, Oklahoma. And I got my man Stickman from Dead Prez coming back once again, dropping some more knowledge. That's right, some more knowledge. This is part 4. The brother will be talking about marijuana and the effects that marijuana has on your body. He'll be talking about Africa. And most importantly, he'll be talking about his new album, which is called The Workout. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Keep it locked to the Lions Den Radio. It's like the whiskey in your coffee, baby.
I don't wanna be no movie star. I don't wanna drive no fancy car. I just wanna be free to live my life.
And a lot of my homies, they asked me to ask you this question, man. It's about the chronic. It's about the weed, you know. I grew up around it. I've been smelling it my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Many of my comrades have, and it's almost like it's a part of us. And a lot of brothers say that they use it for, you know, municipal reasons, for medicine. So, have you stopped smoking weed, man?
Yes, I have. I stopped smoking weed. I'm celebrating 3 years of no smoke in my lungs. I took up running as an alternative, so I get my runner's high. But there's nothing I'm here to say to any of the brothers or sisters out there that's going to convince anybody to stop smoking weed if that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely came up in that same environment. I get it. You know what I mean? I think weed compared to cigarettes, compared to alcohol, cocaine, syrup, ecstasy, whatever, you know, is by far your best option of ways to experiment in that way. What I will say, because we are so connected to it culturally, you know, it's so much a part of our daily grind that we have to be mindful of abuse. You know, we have to be, any smoke in your body is harmful. I don't, you know, it doesn't matter. I love Bob Marley to death. You know what I mean? But any smoke in your body is harmful. When you put smoke in your lungs, there's these little hairs, and there's some scientific term for it, but there's these little hairs in your lungs, and every time smoke hits them, some of those little hairs die. And those little hairs communicate with the rest of your body in terms of how you process oxygen. They communicate with your body in so many ways, and as those little hairs die, you lose some of the functions over time in your life as it relates to your blood flow, and, you know, some people can get erectile dysfunction. There's a lot of different things that can happen, not to mention lung cancer, because you're irritating the walls of the membranes of your lungs every time there's smoke in them, and especially smoke that's wrapped in a tobacco blunt, right?
Yeah.
And then now multiply that by every day for 20 years, you know, 4 or 5 times a day. You know, it's just, I mean, we gotta be we gotta be realistic, you know, with what we're doing. And, you know, it's good to say, you know, it's cool, it's natural and all that, but there's many other ways that you can use that herb to help, you know. And if you just, even if you just want to get high, you can make a tea. You know, you put some type of fat is what it takes to open the THC. That's what your body does. That's why when you heat it up, it goes to your bloodstream real fast, and then you get that high feeling. And it's actually blocking the oxygen to your brain, and that gives you that sense of that feeling. But you can, if you put a little nugget of the herb in some almond milk or soy milk or even hemp milk, which are basically fats from the nuts that you're using, what happens is, and you heat that up, the fat that abstracts the THC out of the herb, and then you strain it into a cup, and you can sweeten it with some honey if you want, and you can drink that. And now you're going to get the effects of the THC without destroying your lungs.
Okay.
You know, so that's, I'm not saying that, you know, everybody should even be functioning high, you know, because it's a lot more important things that we need to be accomplishing out here as a community than running around high all the time. But if we're going to utilize herbs, just like we utilize peppermint and salt and pepper and anything in moderation for, you know, as a part of our life, then let's explore ways that we can use it in a medicinal way and in ways that are not abusive, you know, is what I would suggest to everybody, you know, on the chronic movement is like, let's live our life, let's be who we are. We are people of the earth. We do use herbs, but we don't have to abuse it in the way that this society has wrapped it up in a blunt for us, you know, and be catching cancer and be weed heads and don't be getting goals accomplished. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished all day long. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's real talk, man. And I know you out there in the ATL, man. A lot of people call that the Black Mecca of America, right next to Harlem. And I know it's a lot of black businesses out there. I don't see that out here. I go to Oklahoma City, I see a little bit of it on the east side, but it's not enough. So I was going to ask you, do you have any tips for young black entrepreneurs out here?
Oh, man, get that book, Education of Millionaires, ASAP, for sure. I would say, you know, entrepreneur, you know, is providing, looking at it like this, providing something that's missing. You know what I mean? There's so many things that we need in our community. It's ridiculous. So it's not like the ideas ain't out here, you know, but then it's about realizing that you might not go get no loan. You know what I mean? You might have to do whatever you have to do to invest. You have to have good community skills. You have to know people who have influence. You got to know people who could make a contribution. You got to create ways to make a contribution. You got to start early. You got to be doing all kind of things that generate income, and so that you can parlay that and invest it into things that can create more income, more opportunities for the community. And a lot of times we create so-called businesses not based off the science of business or even understanding like how it works as a science. We always feel like that's them. We don't do the knowledge on the specifics of business, how capitalism works, how socialism works, how economies work, you know, and then we wonder why our stuff doesn't work, you know, so we're responsible to understand, you know, generating how to generate income, how to run a business, how to put the customer first, all of these principles and much, much more. I'm self-educated. I didn't learn it from any like school paradigm, but even me trying to do what I do with my own label and with a publishing company and the other things that I do, I had to realize, hey man, there's other things you need to know so that you can take this to a higher level, be more effective, get more done, create more opportunity. And so I had to, and I constantly do, not had to. Today, tomorrow, I will continue to study and then apply those lessons to my business and to keep striving to be more effective. So it's just being a master student over and over and over constantly, and don't alienate yourself from people who got money just because we know that capitalism itself is a foul system. Don't alienate yourself from people in positions that have money and have that experience. You know why? Because you can learn from that and you can apply some of that science to what you feel like should be done with money. You know what I mean? But when you don't have any understanding of the financial game, and and you just judging and broke, then how can you be effective? So, that's my suggestion is like study the game and then change the game through application.
Our people are poor, and you know damn real nobody wants to be poor. This play is going to show how the pigs react when the people start to take community control over what belongs to them and liberate it back.
That sound more like